Hello and welcome back to the Back by Bone podcast. As always, I'm your host, Chris, aka Don Burgundy, on the internet. What is good? What is going on? Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Happy holiday season. One day late on the episode, but hey, it is what it is. Here we go, brother. It's episode 55, and we're going to be going over just some small stuff today. A little bit of a quicker episode. First off, always start off with the NFL because there is no UFC coming up until this weekend, so I'll get into that towards the end where I go over that briefly in the sports section. Also, shout out to my number one and only fan, my uncle. I saw him this weekend. So if you're watching this, he's my number one hater. He gave me a lot of constructive criticism, I should say. Um, and he keeps harping on me when I say all the time. So I guess I need to be more eloquent with my words. So starting with the NFL, this past week was week 12, and here are my picks. We're gonna go through the picks briefly, and then we'll go. So Packers beat the Lions on Thanksgiving, 29 to 22. Actually, a really good game. If you guys get a chance, I would definitely go back and watch the highlights because the Lions were down at the half by a decent amount, and then they came back, but unfortunately they still lost. So Cowboys beat the Commanders 45 to 10 in an absolute stomping. You can actually kind of skip that game. You don't really need to. I need to do like an counter. You guys don't really need to watch that game. Okay, next we have 49ers Seahawks 31 to 13. Niners over the Seahawks, got that one right as well. Not much of a game that you'd really need to watch because the Niners are just significantly better. Then Dolphins Jets. Dolphins beat the Jets 34 to 13. I got that one right as well. Game was actually pretty decent, but damn it, I keep saying it. But it went as you expected. The Dolphins beat the brakes off the Jets. A sip of water here. Colts actually beat the Bucks 27 to 20. That game is kind of worth skipping. You don't really need to watch that one. I got that one wrong. Giants beat the Patriots 10 to 7. This game you could absolutely skip and erase from your memory because it was an absolute dumpster. Steelers beat the Bengals 16 to 10. Another absolute dumpster game you don't really need to watch. Titans beat the Panthers 17 to 10 in a decent game. You're not going to miss much if you didn't watch it. Jaguars beat the Titans 24 to 21. Honestly, if you ask me, this is the best game of the weekend. So definitely go back and watch the highlights of that. Saints and Falcons. Falcons beat the Saints 24 to 15. Another kind of stinker here, which sucks, but it is what it is. Rams and Cardinals. Rams beat the Cardinals 37 to 14. Absolutely stomped them out. I got that one right as well. Browns and Broncos. Broncos looking actually good, beating the Browns 29 to 12. Eagles Bills in a crazy game. I actually did not get to watch this game. Unfortunately, I was busy Sunday night. But Eagles beat the Bills 37 to 34 in OT. I got that one right as well. Chiefs beat the Raiders 31 to 17. Got that one right as well. Didn't really need to watch that. Well, it was relatively entertaining because the Raiders were up by two tutties, and then the Chiefs come back to win. So I guess it's pretty entertaining in that sense. And Ravens beat the Chargers 20 to 10 in a decent game, and then the Bears actually beat the Vikings 12 to 10 in Monday Night Football. I did not watch that game. Did not watch the highlights. I don't think I need to from what I saw. So, how many? Let's see. One. Hmm. Oh, I missed week 11, Chiefs Eagles. I did pick the Eagles and I got that one right, so nice. But that bum. All right, so how many games did I get right? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games right, and 6 games wrong. So if I'm going against the spread, I'm still doing pretty fucking good. So suck that. All right, so next we have Week 13, Thursday night game, the Seahawks Cowboys. I do not see how the Seahawks win this game at all, so going Cowboys. They're probably a heavy betting favorite right now, if I had to guess. We got Colts Titans, which I think is going to be pretty close, but I'm going to go Titans since they're at home. I wouldn't be surprised if Colts won. Falcons Jets is kind of a skippable game if you guys really want to, but I'm going to go Falcons. Lions Saints is actually a pretty decent game. Lions need to come back with a huge win to stay in the playoff spot, so I'm going to go Lions here. Broncos Texans is actually a really fucking good matchup right now, which I did not expect to say. I am actually. This one's going to be tough. This is a coin flip for me. I'm going to go Texans. I feel like the Broncos hype train needs to stop at some point. Chargers, Patriots. The Chargers are probably absolutely going to dump all over the Patriots, which is sad to see, but what are you going to do? Cardinals, Steelers is another dump game, but I'm going to go Steelers because the Cardinals... Oops, I typed the wrong thing. Cardinals are looking like they're tanking the season. Dolphins Commanders should be a good matchup here, just because the Commanders have a good defense, but they actually kind of sold everyone, so we're going Dolphins. Panthers Bucks is an interesting matchup. The Panthers suck, so I'm going to go Bucks here because they need a win. 49ers Eagles is the best game on the slate. I just said again. This is in Philadelphia. This is tough. I want to say Eagles here, but I'm going to go 49ers because I feel like the Eagles are going to slip up at some point, and then if you get the Niners rolling hard enough, they're going to be very hard to stop. We've got Browns Rams here. I want to say Rams, so I'm going to. Chiefs Packers is interesting because it's at historical Lambeau Field, but I do think the Chiefs will win this game, even though the Chiefs are looking kind of eh. Then we have Bengals Jags, and this is in. I said again. This is in Jacksonville. So Bengals now that I just said again. God damn it. Now that the Bengals do not have Joe Burrow, pardon me. Now the Bengals do not have Joe Burrow. They have no. Oh, damn it! I said it again. They have no chance of even making the playoffs in my eyes. So we're gonna go Jags. I keep saying whatever. We're gonna go with the Jags. They are a significantly better team anyway. Take a quick look at the standings and how I think this is going to flesh out. Dolphins head and shoulders above everyone in the AFC East. Basically head and shoulders above everyone in the AFC anyway. But playoff series wise, I think it's Dolphins, Chiefs, Ravens, and Jags, which is not too surprising based off of the playoff standings. And then the people who are going to make playoffs after that, probably going to be. Let me see. Because there's what, two other teams that are going to come out from the wild card? Ooh, God, this is going to be close this year. I would say someone from the AFC North, so probably Steelers or Browns based off of record. And then maybe the Bills? I don't know. We'll see. NFC, you got Eagles, Cowboys. They're definitely getting out. 49ers are, so those are three teams in the playoffs already. Lions, and then some team from the NFC South. So it's probably going to be Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Lions, Falcons, and then sorry. After that, I have no idea. Maybe the Seahawks, maybe for the wild card. I don't know, but good games nonetheless. We got a few more weeks of NFL football. 5 weeks left before the playoffs, which is dope. So hopefully you guys have. Damn it. Hopefully you guys have some teams to root for because I am off the Patriots. Excuse me. Let's check the Christmas Day slate. We've got 3 Christmas Day games and mostly Christmas Eve games because the 24th is a Sunday, I believe. Yes, 24th is a Sunday, so a lot of Christmas Eve games, which are going to be fucking sick. What else do we have? Some dope Christmas Day slate. A dope Christmas Day slate. Ending in the culmination of the 49ers Ravens, which is going to be the best game. But yeah, exciting NFL. Exciting. And then we're going to talk NCAA. NCAA. It was all bowl game weekend, I believe. And I only really watched a couple bowl games. I watched that James Madison Coastal Carolina game, 56-14. James Madison, absolute stomp. I was just like, oh my god, I don't even need to watch this. The big matchup, though, was the Michigan-Ohio State game. If you guys want to go and watch high-quality college football, that is the game to watch for the highlights. Michigan ended up beating Ohio State 30-24, which is pretty crazy because coming into this, Ohio State was ranked second and Michigan was ranked third. But based off of that win, Michigan is now second and Ohio State is sixth, which is pretty crazy to me. I want to take a look at the standings in just a little bit. Other than that, I don't think there's any other matchups that were worth mentioning. No, not really. Nothing really that close, so it doesn't really matter. Coming up week 14, college football is almost over. We have some really dope matchups. So Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, you have the Washington and Oregon matchup, 3 versus 5. That's going to be a good matchup. You've got Texas ranked 7th against Oklahoma State, which is ranked 19th. That should be a good game Saturday at noon. Um, Damn, I said again. Then you've also got on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, you've got Georgia versus Alabama, 1 versus 8. That's always a huge matchup there, so definitely keep an eye on that. You got Michigan versus Iowa, and then Louisville versus Florida State. So this weekend, going to be a lot of really good games. So keep an eye out for that. I almost forgot. I wanted to mention Premier League on here. Let me go in and add that in before I forget. And then looking at this rankings really quickly. So currently, your top five is Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State, Oregon. Just outside is Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, Missouri, and Penn State. So you got some really good teams up here in the top 25. Really interesting shakeup. Seeing James Madison at 24. Crazy to see that Michigan jumps all the way up to second place. And then Ohio State goes all the way down to sixth just from losing that. They were third. Crazy from losing one fucking game. But the college football playoffs this year should be pretty hype, so keep an eye out for that. We'll talk right into the NHL. Yesterday, any good games? Bruins unfortunately lost to the Blue Jackets 2-5. That is not good. Any other good matchups? Avalanche beat the Lightning 4-1. If you guys want to watch highlights of that, that's probably a really good game to watch. Calgary somehow beat Golden Knights 2-1 in OT. So if you guys are looking for a close matchup there, definitely watch that. Calgary is not good, but apparently they just beat Golden Knights. So interesting. Ooh, Buffalo Sabres beat the Rangers 5-1. Okay. All right. Any good games coming up today? 10-game slate here today. If you're gonna watch one of them, I would suggest watching. Yeah, I actually don't know. All the games are a little bit one-sided here. I don't know which game you would watch, but that's alright. Looking at the standings briefly, Bruins still atop of the Atlantic Division with 31 points, bolstering a 14-4-3 record, and they're unfortunately on a 3-game losing streak. Ugh, my goodness. Let's take a look at the upcoming games they have. In the next couple days off, they are playing San Jose in Boston, November 30th. Coming up here this Thursday, they should win that. Then they're playing Toronto, then they're playing Columbus, and then they're playing Buffalo. So some good bounce back games before they actually play some real stiff competition in Jersey again on December 13th. And then some really good games coming up. So NHL, definitely worth fucking watching right now. Are starting to heat up. Especially the Atlantic Division and the Eastern Conference is actually really tight this year. So you have Bruins, Panthers, Red Wings. Didn't think I was going to say that name this year. Topping the Atlantic Division. Metro Division, you got Rangers, Hurricanes, Flyers, which you love to see. A little unfortunate about the Jersey Devils are 9-9-1. I was hoping they were going to be a little bit better. I was hoping they would be a top 3, if not top 4 in the Metro Division. But what are you going to do? There's still a large season left. In the Central Division, you have the Avalanche, Stars, and Jets in the top 3, which are a sight for sore eyes, I should say. Then in the Pacific Division, you have Vegas Golden Knights, the LA Kings, and the Vancouver Canucks. I wouldn't mind if Vancouver got knocked out of there and you had someone else in there, like Seattle or something like that. But I digress. But it is nice to see a lot of shakeup in these. Obviously, it's still the beginning of the season. In these, excuse me, in these standings, I would like to see Seattle come out and actually do a little bit of something though. But going back to the games again, what I would say for the games to watch tonight. Looking at the standings now, you definitely want to watch this Dallas Stars Winnipeg Jets game at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be an absolute banger. Just looking at the standings. But if you don't want to stay up that late, you can watch the Panthers Maple Leafs game at 7 p.m. Eastern. Those would probably be the games to watch. After that, tomorrow we have Caps and Kings, might be the game to watch, but it's probably Red Wings and Rangers, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, an original six matchup. That's probably going to be a banger because the teams are both really good this year. So keep an eye out for that game. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 3-4 scoreline or something like that. But that's going to be it for the NHL. Going into the NBA, which unfortunately has been going just as well for New England as every other sport. Here we are. The Celtics did win their last game against the Hawks, 113 to 103, but before that they ended up losing to the Magic, who are actually on a pretty big heater here, which is kind of surprising, but we'll go over Sunday's games and then we can go back whatever. Bucks beat the Trailblazers. Celtics beat the Hawks. The Suns actually beat the Knicks 116 to 113. That's probably a good game to go back and watch. The Magic beat the Hornets 130 to 117. I'm pretty sure the Magic are on like a 9-game winning streak or some shit like that. Timberwolves beat the Grizzlies 119 and 97. Absolute stomp. What the hell? And then everything else is not worth mentioning except for the Nuggets beating the Spurs 132 to 120. Monday night games. The 76ers absolutely stomped the Lakers 138 to 94. Oh my god. I think it's a 44-point difference or something like that. Joel Embiid drops 30. Tyrese Maxey drops 31. Absolutely dumping on LeBron's head. Man, that's fucking nutty. Wow. Wow, the Sixers scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. What the fuck? Damn, poor Lakers. But had to happen to somebody, right? Alright. Nuggets beat the Clippers 113-104. Trailblazers actually beat the Pacers 114-110. And Jazz beat the Pelicans 114-112. Some really close games besides the Lakers 76ers game. Everything else was relatively close. Jesus, 44-point difference is fucking nuts. Coming up today, we have more in-season tournament matchups going on. The Celtics are playing the Bulls, and they definitely need this win because they are losing to some lower end teams for no fucking reason. So good matchups tonight are going to be Nets Raptors, not because they're both high quality teams, but because they're close. Timberwolves Thunder, because that's going to be a good game. Then you have Kings Warriors. So if you're staying up late, Kings Warriors is probably going to be a good game to watch. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. If you want to watch an earlier game, you're probably going to want to watch the Thunder Timberwolves 8 Eastern. Other than that, we'll just take a look at the standings really quickly. Celtics still top the Eastern Conference, 13-4 record. The Magic with a 7-game winning streak, second place in the Eastern Conference, 12-5. They are tied with the Bucks, but damn it, they're in second because of their last 10. They're 8-2 in their last 10, which is crazy. So top 5 is Celtics, Magic, Bucks, Sixers, and Heat, which if you ask me, I did not expect it to go down like that. I thought it'd be Celtics, Bucks, 76ers, and then whoever else. But the Magic are actually doing really well right now, and I'm not really sure why. Still just the beginning of the season, so I guess we'll see what happens here. But, you know, I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I got nothing against Orlando. You know, they're fun to watch, then why the fuck not? Who cares? Western Conference, you got Timberwolves, Thunder, Nuggets, Suns, Mavericks, which is even crazier to me than the Orlando Magic being second place in the East. But I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I do not hate it. Timberwolves 12-4 in the Western Conference, looking insane. Oklahoma City Thunder 11-5, second place. Then you have Denver Nuggets 12-6. Third place, Phoenix Suns finally rattling off wins on a 7-game winning streak as well. So here we go, 11-6, and the Mavs 10-6, fifth place. Kind of funny to see the Lakers and the Warriors so far down there. The Clippers, obviously, like, dude, I fuck the Clippers, man. I don't give a fuck. I think it's just mad dumb. So the West has a lot of fucking parity this year. I know it's the beginning of the season, but this is I like to see this. You know what I mean? Like I like to see this switch up because it used to just be the Nuggets, Lakers, and Warriors who were the fucking top teams, and you wouldn't see anything else. But now you got the Timberwolves, the Thunder up there. Fucking, it's nice to see. I hope it stays something like this or like relatively like this. Looking at the in-season tournament so far, somehow even though the Lakers suck cock, they're 4-0 in their group. I don't know how that happened. I mean, granted, you've got a really weak group. It's just the Lakers and the Suns who are like pretty competitive this year for that group, but still, like the Lakers are 4-0 somehow, even though in the regular season they are 10th, 8th place. Sorry, they're 10-8. So I mean, I guess it's good for them for the tournament thing, but for the West Group B, you have the Pelicans topping that, which is pretty crazy because this is a pretty stacked group because you have the Nuggets and the Mavericks, and I mean the Clippers, like yeah, they suck cock, but like at any given moment they could drop 40 on you, or like they have the players that could just drop 40 on you. But I don't know, the tournament kind of makes it interesting. For the West Group C, you have Kings, Timberwolves, Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, which looking at it now might be the hardest group to get out of just because of how the teams are playing. Because the Timberwolves and the Kings are actually playing really well. The Warriors not so much. And the Thunder are playing really well, but just in their division they're not playing well apparently. East Group A, which is kind of crazy, is the Pacers are 4-0 in their group, and they have the Cavs, 76ers, Hawks, and Pistons. Where if you asked me, I would have thought, seeding wise, you would be looking at, from first to last, 76ers, Hawks, Cavs, Pacers, then Pistons, but apparently not how it's shaping out. East Group B, you've got Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Hornets, Wizards. Bucks have yet to lose in that group. It's pretty expected. This is kind of exactly how I picture this to come out. And then you have East Group C. You got Magic topping the group, which is fucking wild. Then Celtics, Nets, Raptors, Bulls. I did not expect this at all. Granted, the Celtics have yet to play 4 games in the in-season tournament, where the Magic have, but I don't know. The Magic's just fucking nasty this year. I don't know how it works. I mean, this is a fun time to watch the NBA, so fuck it, we ball. But tonight we've got more in-season tournament action. So again, if you're gonna watch a game, probably gonna watch the Thunder Timberwolves game tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's probably gonna be the best game to watch. But if you're gonna stay up late, you can watch the Warriors Kings game. That'll probably be entertaining. But Thunder Timberwolves definitely worth watching. Damn, the Celtics need to beat the Bulls tonight. It's all right. So, done with the NBA. We're looking at UFC really quickly. We did not have any UFC event this past weekend. There is one coming up with this fight night between Beneil Dariush and Arman Sarukian. Um, damn, I said again. This fight night card is actually pretty fucking stacked. So I believe I already looked at the prelims and I didn't see anything I really cared about. So nothing really to report on the prelims. So I just want to get right into the main card. Give me a second to grab some water here. All right, starting from the bottom of this main card, it is absolutely stacked with a lightweight fight between Clay Guida and Joaquim Silva. I have no idea who that guy is. I do know who Clay Guida is. I think Clay Guida loses though. We got a welterweight fight between Sean Brady and Kelvin Gastelum. This is an absolute banger. This itself could be a main event on a fight night card. I'm gonna go. I'm going Sean Brady here. Then you got a bantamweight bout between Rob Font and Davison Figueiredo. I think Davison Figueiredo is probably a very, very heavy betting favorite, so I'm going to go Davison. Then you also have this lightweight fight between Jalen Turner and Bobby Green. It was supposed to be Dan Hooker versus Bobby Green, but I don't know what happened there. So now it is going to be Jalen Turner, Bobby Green. I'm gonna go Bobby Green here. I don't really know anything about Jalen Turner. And then the main event is Beneil Dariush versus Arman Sarukian. I think this is gonna be a really good lightweight bout. I'm gonna go Beneil Dariush here. So if you guys are betting, I'm gonna go Beneil Dariush. I'm gonna go Bobby Green. I'm gonna go Davison Figueiredo, Sean Brady, Joaquim Silva, and I don't know anybody on this middleweight card fight. I don't know who either of these guys are, so I'm not going to comment. But then also after that, we have UFC Fight Night December 9th, which is Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez. I think this is probably actually going to be a pretty decent fight. The card itself is not shaping up to be anything pretty crazy, but it is what it is. And then obviously end of the year, we've got UFC 296, Leon Edwards, Colby Covington. I don't know why this is at the T-Mobile Arena. I thought it'd be at the O2, just because Leon Edwards is the reigning defending welterweight champion. So, but whatever. But it's gonna be a dope card. Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, Alexandre Pantoja versus Brandon Royval for the two title fights, co-main and main event, both title fights. You got Stephen Thompson on the card, Tony Ferguson, Paddy Pimblett on the card, Ian Gary, Vicente Luque. This is gonna be just a dope card in general. Prelims got some decent fights on here as well, but I'll go into that when the time comes. Jumping quickly into the Premier League, we had some cool Premier League matchups here. The one game I wanted to highlight was the Man City Liverpool game, ended in a 1-1 draw, but the game was actually pretty sick. So if you wanted to watch some high quality soccer, you're definitely watching the highlights of this game. I can't believe fucking Man City outshot Liverpool by twice. 16 shots to 8 shots. My goodness. 60% of the possession. My God. Standings are still looking really cool, though. So you have Arsenal first, Man City second, Liverpool third, Aston Villa fourth, and Tottenham fifth. The Tottenham I just said it again. Tottenham Aston Villa game had barely big implications. Aston Villa beat Tottenham 2-1. Unfortunately, sucks, but is what it is. Still pretty tight. Match day 14 of 38 coming up. Any good games? Any good matches? This is going to be Saturday, December 2nd into December 3rd. I think the biggest matchup here is going to be this 11:30 a.m. Eastern game with Man City and Tottenham. I think Man City unfortunately wins, but who knows? Tottenham needs to bounce back really heavily. Looking at the standings again, it's Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Tottenham. Man United actually getting something together here, right outside the top five, whereas last season they were actually hot garbage. Excuse me. Anything else here? Nothing really. Those matches for this past weekend, there was really only two of them that were good. It was the Aston Villa Tottenham game and then the Man City Liverpool game. So both of them ended, I don't want to say in spectacular fashion, but dramatic fashion, I guess you could say. But if you're going to watch any game this coming weekend, it's going to be the Man City Tottenham game. That is second place versus fifth place? Second versus fifth. But only one game separates them because Man City is 9-2-2, whereas Tottenham is 8-2-3. So if Tottenham wins this game, they shoot right back up, and they could even be tied for second or third place, depending on if Liverpool wins or not. But that is going to be it for the Premier League portion. I am almost done here. We have Premier League Blast Premier Fall Final, which is in Copenhagen. Just wanted to comment on this really quickly because we have Blast World Final coming up December 13th. But this kind of shows that Vitality is still a top team in the world. They didn't drop a single map until the semifinals. So they dropped one map the entire tournament, which is pretty fucking crazy to me. FaZe Clan, they dropped, I think, only one map until, yeah. So FaZe Clan and Vitality only dropped one map each until they got to the grand final, which I guess Vitality 2-0'd FaZe Clan in a pretty heavy stomp. Wow, first map 13-3. That is fucking bad. But this was just me setting up for the Blast World Final, which is coming up 12/13, so December 13th, going to be a banger. You got some really heavy-handed teams here. G2, Vitality, FaZe Clan. Those are probably going to be my front runners for the entire tournament. Heroic is still pretty good, but I have no idea what's going on with them because I don't follow them that heavily. But Vitality, FaZe Clan, and G2, you got absolutely insane players on the team. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be reporting on that. No anime and no manga recommendations. Unfortunately, been too busy, so I'm going to say thank you guys so much. Appreciate you for listening. It's been the Back by Bone podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, family, all that bullshit. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. All my links are down in the description below. Appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll catch you next fucking week, brother. Peace.